Hey, this is Cecily, and you're watching Hip Hop Hatha on the UNICULT channel. I'm your current artist in residence, and I'm joining you after my last broadcast where we had the music on. If you want to hear the music that went with tonight's yoga practice, go to www.hiphophatha.yoga. I'm so sleepy right now because I have my legs at the wall, and there's bad and good news for you guys. The bad news is that I think I'm too tired to do a full new yoga session, but the good news is what that means. The theme of tonight's practice was anxiety and depression. The biggest thing with anxiety and depression, or both, is self-care. There's a lot of different ways to treat anxiety and depression. The very act of seeking help, whatever path you take, is a huge step. So for me, part of my, we play hip-hop music and do yoga, and then we do a broadcast afterwards that's silent. That's what you're listening to now. You can find the playlist at the website. So anyways, for me, I've had an anxious week, and for that reason, I can tell sleep's important tonight, and my body just being like, okay, it's getting wound down. But let's talk, before I let you go, about things I learned today. If you're leaning more towards anxiety than depression, the kinds of yoga poses you want to be doing are the ones that ground you, the ones that cool you down. If you're leaning towards depression, we're going to go for the ones that shoot energy outwards, the ones that heat you up. Anyone have any idea what I mean? Anyone think of anything that might heat you up in yoga? A heated class is an example of obviously something that heats you up. So if you're feeling depressed, going to a heated yoga class, even if you can't do very much, could be really good for you. If you're feeling anxious, a yin class, a restorative class could be good for you. The idea is to come back to balance. How are you all feeling right now? What's going on in your world? Are you sleeping well? Are your relationships doing well? Is your body doing well? I want to hear. Any areas of your body giving you trouble, giving you pain? How you doing? Personally, I've been dealing with... Oh, don't cry. I'm not about to cry. Personally, I've been dealing with lower back pain. It's been kind of chronic for coming up on 9 months, which is super annoying. Other than that, I've been in really good physical shape in terms of pain-free and stuff. Some of you might know that I used to have chronic neck pain, and yoga's been a big part of what healed that for me. What? Oh, that's nice. So yeah, anyone else have any body areas they want some advice on? Some anxiety yoga poses that they want to know about? Breathing techniques, again, for both anxiety and depression, great. There's a variety of breathing techniques you can look into. What we did on the last broadcast, we did a few things. We did Ujjayi breathing. That's the one that goes like this, but with closed mouth, so that's... Do you hear that? That's called Ujjayi breathing. It's great for filling up the lungs, for steadying your concentration. It's an awesome one to use during exercise. Another breathing technique we did is alternate nostril breathing. That's the one where you take turns inhaling and exhaling with each nostril. So you go. If you're feeling depressed, you want to begin, am I a hippie depends on who you ask. If you ask my West Coast friends, I'm not a hippie at all. I'm such a basic bitch around Portland. If you ask my East Coast friends, I'm a total hippie. So it's relative. Okay, so if you're depressed, you want to start and end your breathing cycle on your right nostril. If you're feeling more anxious, you want to start and end your breathing cycle on your left nostril. What is your hippie thermometer? Like, what are the levels of hippie? If like level 1 is enjoys eating granola once in a while, if level 2 is owns a pair of flip-flops, if level 3 is owns a pair of Birkenstocks, if level 4 is owns, I don't know, tell me, what are your levels of hippie? I've never had dreadlocks. So a fake hippie. I think we call that boho chic. So yeah, just about level 2. Okay. This is a kind of hippie-ish top. It's sort of weird. I got it at a naked lady party. Do you know what that is? Where chicks get together and trade a bunch of clothes. So it's not the type of thing I'd buy myself, but I loved it. And I took it home. It's good for yoga teacher training because it's a great layering piece. It breathes when you move, but it keeps you slightly warmer when if the air conditioning goes on or whatever. Thanks. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about yoga for depression and anxiety. Now, not a lot of people know this, but yoga is more than just the moves you see. Yoga is a lot of things. Yoga is meditation. Yoga is breathing. Yoga is being ethical. Yoga is telling the truth. There's like 8 things. I kind of have anxiety, so this might help. Okay, anxiety. Anxiety, do you know how to do Ujjayi breathing? Here's how it goes. Let's do it together. It's this, we call it throat constricted breathing, where you make this sound like you're fogging up a mirror. So try breathing like that. But now with our mouth closed. You can probably hear. Kind of like Darth Vader. And what we're going to do is inhale, hold the breath, exhale, hold the breath. So inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. What we just did there, Ujjayi breathing is what we call that noisy breathing. And we just used a breath modulation technique where we do some holding. Anxiety poses are the poses that bring you to center. So we're talking things like cat, cow. Oh good, glad it feels nice. We're talking things like child's pose, all the yin poses. If you want to find some yoga poses that could help with anxiety, look up yin yoga poses that you can do at home. A lot of them might seem weirdly restful. You might be like, this isn't doing anything. Oh yes it is. Oh yes it is. Legs at a wall. That's a great anxiety pose. I'm in it right now. These are my legs on my door. This is me on the ground. I've been more in an anxious mood than a depressed mood lately, so I'm taking a long legs at the wall tonight. Things you can avoid when you're having more of an anxiety day, even though they'll seem like a good idea. a really strong vinyasa yoga class, not as good an idea if you're having anxiety. It'll feel tempting because that's sort of the level you're in, but you'll really benefit from dropping into a cooler, cool as in temperature class. Oh, I learned something weird today that I'll teach you for anxiety. Also good for anger, which many of us have lurking behind both our anxiety and our depression. Can you do this with your tongue? You go like this. Breathe in, and you get that like cold sensation, and then you go, breathe out heat. I know it's weird, but shit, if you're not feeling good, try it. Go like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time, let's add a visualization. Think of a color that feels soothing to you right now. It could be different for all of us. For me, lately, I wouldn't even say lately. Today, it's a certain shade of hot pink that is kind of soothing my mind today. Sort of a flamingo hot pink. And visualize it as you do this crazy breathing exercise. Inhale. Exhale. If you have trouble curling your tongue, you can also kind of do it with your teeth. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Do you feel that cold sensation when you're inhaling? That's why it's considered a cooling breath. How we doing, everybody? Who's a member of their library? Yeah, cool. Glad that feels good. Who's a member of their library? Any of you? Well, I became a member of the Portland Library a couple of years ago, and I'm so glad I did. It's crazy convenient. They'll deliver things to my nearest location, which I can walk to. And you can check out up to like 108 books or something. You can extend up to 5 times. It's great. And I recently checked out a bunch of yoga books. I'll show them to you. Oop, off the wall. Okay. Chair yoga. Even if you're not limited to being in a chair, this is a great one for when you're sitting at your desk or when you're feeling tired or if you have anxiety. It might be good for you to sit down and do some yoga. Sit with less pain. Similar concept. And yoga Pilates. I love Pilates. I think it's a really great complement to yoga, especially for what I enjoy physically. I do like strength training, and yoga and Pilates are bread and butter when it comes to strengthening and lengthening. You can get enough from just one or the other, but they're great together. Again, the playlist for tonight's broadcast is here. Hip Hop Hatha. .yoga. That's not .com, okay? Someone said to me today, you should have a .com because everyone's just going to go to .com. Like, well, I like hiphophatha.yoga. Okay, it's about time for me to go to bed. It's been such a pleasure doing yoga with you guys. I hope that you learned a few things today that'll help with anxiety or depression or both. If not, maybe you learned something you can share with a friend. Good night.